Welcome to Shyzabox, here's your host. Oh yeah, whoa, ho, 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 Sony Pony, ho girl, calm down. Calm down, Sony Pony. I'll feed you some Game Pass later. Get out of here. And the horse you rode in on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one, welcome all, welcome to Shyzabox. We have got a great show for you today. No, you don't. It is not great. Everybody, you're better off going to watch something else. Well, that's a fair enough warning, but we're going to do the show one way or another. Yeah, well, we wish that you wouldn't do it at all, and let's just go to Mark's. End this shit. We're not going to. We're doing the show. Fair warning, everyone. Just leave and go watch something else. Shut up. You're ruining it for all ones of everyone who hasn't seen it yet. No, you ruined it for yourself already the minute that you uploaded it. Well, whatever. Leave us alone. We'll catch you later. All right, catch you, Marks. All right, anyhow, we have got a show for you today. It's free, and you get what you pay for. Welcome to Shyzabox, where, of course, we are all things Xbox, right? And you have to be when you're shelling out that monthly subscription to Game Pass, motherfuckers. Right? Hell yeah. So, of course, there's been some news going around, circulating, everything like that, and we're on top of it here. You know that we are, obviously. We are professional internet celebrities, after all, and our show is very top rated amongst ones of, entities that say it is. So, the fact of the matter is that there's been some news that, yes, we've been staying on top of, that we need to divulge to all ones of you that watch this. Should be nones of you that watch this. Shut up, monkey. We're gonna bash the shit out of you with a Shyzabone. Yeah, I fucking wish you would. We fucking will. Alright. Anyhow, we have come to the realization that there's no escaping not talking about the rising costs in games. Yeah, more like the fucking rise of bullshit in the gaming industry. What? Well, you said that correctly. I know. But yeah, the rising costs of everything associated with, pertaining to the gaming of the industry. And you might be saying to yourself, like, so what? I'm rich. And good for you. Share the wealth, money. That's right, hand. Someone out there is rich. Fucking give us a buck. Fuck. You got Nintendo of the Switch 2s coming out saying we want more money. That's right, hand, they want more money. Not just us. And then you got everyone talking about them wanting more money. Money. That's right, hand, they still want more money. Now, what's this? Our beloved Xbox wants more money. Money. That's right, and our beloved Xbox wants more money too. And breaks our heart. We can only assume, though, that this came about due to some sort of clever brainwashing, and now this is all conjecture. We're going to be doing a reenactment with many a liberty and, unverified dialogue piece, reenactment, anything like that pertaining to an actual event or situation or circumstance with celebrity entities out there that may or may not exist in one way, shape, or form or anything like that, okay? A lot of conjecture, a lot of liberties taken. But we're going to reenact how maybe at Xbox headquarters, Phil Spencer and them kind of heard about Nintendo of the Switch 2's price increased and thought to themselves, you know what? I want more money too. So, fuck it. Here you go. Reenactment, a lot of liberties, a lot of conjecture on our part, okay? Phil Spencer's probably sitting in his office, all right? And of course, he's got his custom-made Shyzabox hoodie on because he's a huge fan. So, he puts on his custom-made Shyzabox hoodie. He's like, I am Phil Spencer. I think I want to know what the news is today. Secretary, what is the news of today? And the secretary sees her phone blinking like, fuck. Yes, sir, Phil Spencer. How can I help you? I already asked what is the news of today. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't hear you. I didn't have the receiver picked up yet. The news of today. Yes, I want to know the news of today. Yes, sir, Phil Spencer. The news of today. Nintendo of the Switch 2's coming out. Nintendo of the Switch 2, is it fun? Can I play it now? I will see if they will send you a prototype early, sir. I am Phil Spencer! Yes, sir, I'm sure they would be pleased to oblige. They want more money for their games and everything. More money! I want more money! I am Phil Spencer! Yes, sir, Phil Spencer. Yes, more money. I think a lot of the employees would like more money, too. I not pay money employees! I get money for employees and more money me! Sir? Sir, are you there? Sir, is that a... I'm sorry? And so Phil Spencer's back in his office now. He got the news of the day. Something about wanting more money and things of that nature. So the secretary's back at their desk and they're like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Again, this is all Liberty's conjecture. This probably didn't happen in this way. Fuck, what am I supposed to... I don't fucking put this on Game Pass. Hey, Game Pass department, pick up, it's the secretary. And Game Pass picks up, or whatever, their phone. This is Game Pass, what can we do for you? Hey, this is Phil Spencer's secretary. Yeah, y'all dudes gotta come up with some fucking cheese, cause motherfuckers is looking for some money here, and Phil ain't coming out of pocket for that shit. So if you don't want us to fire 4 of you motherfuckers down there in the Game Pass department, y'all bitches better get up some cheese. Fuck. Alright. Don't talk to me like that. I'm gonna fucking see you in the break room. Fucking get that shit done. And scene. Okay, so, again, it probably didn't happen like that, but now all of a sudden it's like prices can shoot up all over the place and no one really knows where the sky is the limit in doing such. So, again, that was a reenactment with a lot of liberties, a lot of conjecture. Probably didn't happen that way in any way, shape, or form. No iteration of it existed or came into existence in this universe. But maybe in a parallel universe somewhere, some little bit of it in one iota way, shape, or form might have happened. So, anyhow, you got all these folks raising prices, and you know it's a good thing they are too, because there's some reasons behind it, I'm sure, that maybe people aren't talking about. Now, these are going to be just some of our ideas off the top of our head as to why the prices are increasing, and maybe why it's a good thing for these prices to be increasing. Oh man, are you gonna go start saying it's a good thing for these prices to increase? Why not? It's fucking clickbait. We can argue that shit too. We got bullet points and everything. Oh, this is gonna fucking suck. Don't watch this shit, go watch something else. You know what, monkey? We're gonna fucking clobber you with that fucking Shyzabox, so you shut up and we can do the episode. Yeah, I fucking wish you would, because I don't want to sit through it. Well, fucking ask and you will receive, motherfucker. Ah! Alright, monkey's out for about 8 minutes. We'll finish this shit in about 4. Be fucking done with it. Anyhow, prices are probably going up, and it's probably justified for them to be, because obviously, you gotta start at the front. Okay? A lot of folks probably thought things were going to go a little differently in one way, shape, or form because there was loose talk, nothing ever confirmed or necessarily set in stone or anything like that in any way, shape, or form. However, there is an aspect of people may or may not be required to pay off student loans now. Okay, so if people have to pay off loans that they assumed as an adult when they assumed a loan as an adult and had to pay it back, then they might be a little perturbed that they have to pay that money back. With that being the case, say these folks are game developers and things of that nature. Well, obviously, if a game developer went to a school like Full Sail, that shit's pretty fucking expensive from what we understand, remember, okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't even exist as a school anymore. We don't know, but it used to be, fairly big deal back when we looked at going there once and it was fucking expensive. But the point is that maybe someone did get in there. Maybe someone did go there and They made a lot better decisions than we did. Fuck. Anyhow, whatever, this shit's fucking great. Thank you, Monkey. That's so nice of you. Yeah. Oh, that bone really did a number to me. Yeah. Oh, fucking, yeah, that's fantastic. You know, we can do anything together. That's right, we can. Well, fantastic. We're doing the rest of the episode. Shut up. So, maybe folks that went to Full Sail, they got to pay their student loan back. And the only way to do that is, of course, to bitch and nag at your boss until they give you a fucking raise. So, if these individuals work at these studios that were, I don't know, purchased by Microsoft of the Xboxes, Game Passes, and such, maybe they want more money and they're like, fucking, I got to pay back my student loan. I don't want to come out of pocket for that shit. I thought someone was going to pay that shit for me. Money? No, we're begging for money ourselves. Maybe, though, just maybe, these student loan payoffs for the staff that works at these big gaming companies, all right, they need to pay off their student loans, okay? So, maybe, maybe not, okay? Just one of our bullet points. We got more, okay? Trust us, trust us. We got more, okay? There's more reasons why these rising costs in games are maybe necessary or required, all right, at this point, okay? Maybe, maybe not, okay? We're not economists, okay? Obviously. We didn't go to Full Sail. That school doesn't teach that. Well, I don't know. They might. Maybe they changed over the years. Maybe. I don't know. But what we do know is that it costs more to not finish games nowadays. Oh, well, that's probably true. Yeah. So, now it costs more to not finish games. Obviously. I mean, you can't counter-argue that unless you argue something that counters it, and obviously, there's no point in doing that because if you were to counter said argument, you would be arguing for it in the first place. Therefore, inherently, our argument is correct. Now, you might be saying to yourself, that's fucking confusing. Don't worry about it being confusing. Worry about us being correct in the fact that it costs more to not finish games. And there, you just argued the argument for yourself, so we can agree. Games don't come out completed. You need them download patches when it first comes out, motherfuckers, right? Does that mean it's completed? Fucking, I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I don't know. Them early release alpha builds. This game's in alpha form. This game is subject to change. This game's in beta form. Which the fuck release is the release? The early release where you pay more to have the game release before it releases for everyone who paid regular amount of release? That's a lot of release. That is a lot of release. So, we can release this. Please don't upload this shit. Fair enough. But we're going to. How else are we going to reach the millions of subscribers and become internet rich? What's that mean? I don't know. What is this clout we are chasing? Oh, it's pure adrenaline, baby. Pure adrenaline all the way to the top. Million subscribers, yeah. Oh, fucking dude. Fucking weird. We can't all be celebrities, but we can be a shitty one. So, there you go. It costs more nowadays to not finish games. So, if you're not getting a finished product, you need to pay someone to stick around and fucking fix it for you. Otherwise, why'd you buy it in the first place? That's on you! You're fucking the game industry up by not paying them more money to fix the product they sold you that wasn't fucking completed in the first place. Obviously, makes sense. So, that's another point, obviously, and you argued half of it for us. So let's continue. Please don't. We're gonna continue, and the argument can be made with game studios now. It costs more to reuse assets. What? Oh yeah, it costs way more to reuse assets that are already created and made. Exactly. So when you have new iterations of games coming out, like Part 4 of fucking Borderlands that already had a pre-sequel Borderlands shit and already had a re-release and a VR release and a release of Tiny Tina's release and a pre-release of Tiny Tina's release. That's only one little level in the release of her release. And then you release more releases that are releases and compilations of all the releases in a massive, complete trilogy release. Complete with pre-sequel? Yeah, it's a lot of releases. Yeah, well, it costs more to reuse all these fucking assets. Okay? Putting out The Last of Us remastered again and again and again and again. That's PlayStation. You know, they haven't really said much about it. They're probably going to lower their prices. Oh, are they? I don't know. No, that's conjecture. That's not a fact. Whoa, well. We'll see what they do. I mean, shit, if Nintendo raises their prices, Xbox raises their prices, maybe our rival Dreamcast guy will have a argument to stand on. Oh, no, that'd be the downfall of the channel. That's right. He's all things PlayStation. We're all things Xbox. He doesn't know he's our rival. It's better that way. His show is way better than ours. Shh, don't tell him that. He's our rival. He doesn't know we're rivals. He would be relishing in the fact if PlayStation comes out and lowers all their prices as everyone else is raising theirs. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about it costing more to reuse assets. So as new iterations of games come out, we were picking on Borderlands. They're not the only ones. Obviously, the calling of the duties and things of that nature, all right? We'll go back behind the curtain where the sausage is made. Not something that we'd like to do often or frequently, but something that has to get done on occasion. All right, hang tight. Not our favorite thing to do. Ah, excellent, yes. All right. Sorry, not something we like to do often, but on occasion we do have to do it to bring you all of this great something. Don't worry about it. Games like Doom, okay? You got Doom coming out. How many assets are going to be reused assets from before? Probably, if we're guessing, very little to none. They probably started from the ground up completely and didn't reuse any of the mechanics or builds or assets or anything like that to complete this game in any way, shape, or form. They didn't even use any assets from other games that weren't even used in those games or anything like that, that weren't then built upon, improved, fixed, mechanically, made better, created more, emphasized on more, anything in a recreation to create a new recreation of the Doom that is recreated from the earlier iterations of Doom into the Doom it is now of the post 2016 or 18 version or whatever the fuck version came out. When did you come out? I don't know. We're not reading. It doesn't matter. The point is that they're probably not reusing any assets because, you know, it's way too expensive to. So they're creating everything from the ground up for the new Doom. Okay? They already said in the Borderlands 4 stuff that, you know, is going to be way more, you know what, improved upon and stuff like that, like the maneuvering around. And, oh, man, you're picking from 4 heroes again. Wow. Jeez, and they all have a different ability? Oh, my gosh. Oh, we are as excited for that one as we were when we picked this one up for like fucking $9. So, drop them prices soon, Borderlands creators. We are looking forward to getting Borderlands 4 for $9. Fair price. Why don't you just release it at $9? Fucking, we might buy it. No, fuck it. We'd wait for a sale. Then we'd expect to get it for $4. So you better raise those prices, because we're not buying it until it hits fucking $9. What the fuck is this show? Don't worry about it. Worry about this next point that you're going to have to try and argue for us. Okay, because you're on our side now, obviously. I don't think anyone's on your side. Don't worry about that either. Now you are. Obviously. Costs more to reuse those assets, sure. Okay, you can argue, no, it doesn't, okay? It doesn't cost more to reuse those assets, but we think it probably does, and that justifies the price increase, okay, for these games. And consoles, and the industry as a whole, okay? These people need maybe or maybe not student loans paid off, all right? maybe costs more to not finish games nowadays, so you got to pay them to stay around and maybe finish it or consider finishing it for you. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's an open-ended, ever-evolving, universe that doesn't end. We'll just get people to come back time after time after time, release just a little bit and a little bit, little rabbit trail. Hey, follow this trail. Where's the story going? Oh, fuck, we don't know. Oh, hire someone to write something. Oh, good, it got some player base. Oh, it goes up and down. Up and down and up and down. Player base dropping on, dropping off. New content. Did that content. Ooh, new content. Come back. Keep playing it. It's fantastic. These reused assets, they are pricey. Maybe, just maybe, it costs these companies more to not play test the games and find all these bugs that are latent throughout them. Okay, now we're not saying every game has a bunch of bugs and everything through it, and a bunch of, any game crashing software issues or, glaring performance issues or anything like that. But maybe it costs more to, pay people to not play test them to have those bugs in the game. Because now it's just expected. You expect to have a good little bug in the game here or there. I mean, it's what really gaming's all about now. It's about finding those bugs, being negative, being down on everything, right? Not down on those prices, motherfuckers, right? Oh, hell yeah, increase them prices! You should be happy spending more money, right? Jump on that shit. Yay, price increases. No, that's a hard argument. We're beginning to second guess ourselves. We don't know. See how we finish when we come up with our little conclusion. Maybe it costs more to not play test these games and find the bugs to fix them. Okay? Maybe, just maybe, it costs more to rent Sweet Baby Inc. to check your game, make sure it's all right for release, okay? If they raise their prices, then obviously, you're not going to take that hit on the back end. Fuck no. You got to raise the prices to justify hiring all these outside sources to come police your game. When you should be hiring us, fucking, we'll police that game. We'll police the shit out of that game. Oh yeah, man, do this, do that. Give us money, really. Don't worry, we got great ideas. Where are they? Well, you gotta hire us to get them. Those are the good ideas. What's this? Don't worry about it. The point is that maybe it costs more to hire a outside third party, okay? Now, we aren't meaning to pick on Sweet Baby Inc. We hear they do great, terrific work from, I don't know, probably no one. Maybe we just remember something else. I don't know. The point is that any third party would be an inherent financial, thing to contend with on the back end of game development. So if you hiring someone, whether it be them or us or anyone else, there's a lot of, third parties that would love to, sell you their opinions on shit. We're one of them, obviously. The point is that it probably just costs more money. Now, we might be cheaper than a lot of others, but if we're more expensive, it's for a reason. So maybe it just costs more, all right? To on the back end of all these, you want to make sure your game's good for release. All right? Maybe that's a justification for that price increase. So, that's a good possibility. Then what else? Maybe, just maybe it costs more to not sponsor, entities on the internet like ourselves, because you're paying more to sponsor other entities like our rival Dreamcast guy to do coverage on his. Now, sure, his reaches an audience, and ours reaches no one, but maybe, just maybe, it costs more for these game companies to continue to hire all of these third parties that are creating content for them They need to pass that level of savings on to the consumer that consumes the content from them, probably subscribes to them as well to create it while they're getting paid by the company and gifted to whatever. I don't know. We're just guessing. Maybe it costs more to do that. We wouldn't know because none of these companies are paying us. We would love to get in on that deal. Share the wealth. Raise the cost twice so we can get a piece of that shit. Point is that maybe any one of these reasons alone are reason enough to justify a price increase. But if you're like, no, that's not good enough, give us another reason. Give us one more reason. Anything at all to justify a price increase. And we'll tell you right now, one more reason to justify a price increase. It probably could cost more to work from home for these businesses. Okay? Now, if you work in a business that has a break room that consists of a pool table or a ping pong table or a foosball table or arcade machines and or a internal Starbucks in your lobby and or a, barista that's on call for while the whatever hours on call are available for them to be on call for, or any of these entities, or you got a in-house little restaurant snack shop or something like that, maybe, just maybe, it costs more to work from home and still support that up at the office. So, you got to raise those prices to cover that. What, are you going to fire your barista? No. What about those days you do go into work? I mean, come on. Really? What if you need a new pool table in the break room? Okay? It's not going to pay for itself. The staff doesn't want to pay for it. Management doesn't want to pay for it. No. We got to pay for it. It should be just you paying for it as a consumer, but unfortunately, we're in the same boat right now because we don't have the millions of viewers. But we get ones of views. You should get nones of views. Fair enough. We're in the same boat. We got to pay more too. We got to shell out more too. Money? Yeah, no, we're fucking paying it though. And we don't want to ask people for a fucking buck from them. We want it from the corporations. So they're rich. But if anyone else has a buck, fucking we'll take it. Whatever. The point is that maybe, just maybe, any one of these reasons alone justify that price increase. Okay? We don't want this lap of luxury of incomplete games that are a buggy mess with irate, pissed off staff that internally is fighting over political issues or other issues, or there's some sort of transgressionary issues that have made their way into the public realm, or people not just shutting their mouth issues at a company, or people leaving to form new company issues, or anything like that, or issues that people make into issues that aren't issues that become issues because someone made it an issue. I take issue with that whole fucking statement. That's fine. We take issue as well. We take issue with this trickle-down price increase that has been increased on not only us, but any ones of people that might watch this and be like, fucking I don't want to pay more money for my shit either. What are we getting in return? The same shit. Well, we're getting something. What, the new cutting edge game that fails to meet expectations, that still fucking looks worse than 2 generations ago software? Well, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does. Well, what are you getting? You're getting a price increase. That's what you're getting. And whilst we might not like the price increase. I mean, there's clearly points that we brought up that could alone justify the price increase. Okay, industry-wide. You might be saying, what else too? Like, name something else that they might do. Well, they couldn't stop spending money on their budgets for things like events that garner no real big justification as far as financial payoff because of how they're done. Let's hire a florist for these events. Oh yeah, why? Let's hire an interior decorator. Oh yeah? What events are you talking about? I don't know. We're just making stuff up. Maybe there are events in the industry that, do these things. Oh, like rent a venue and shit. That's right. We can't do it in the fucking break room. No. Gotta rent a venue. Man, these fucking costs. Better raise the price of the game. Yeah, but we gotta get awards printed up for all these employees that are bitching about not getting awarded enough for their work. Well, we better fucking get those printed up then, but I'm not paying for it. Better raise prices on these games. Okay, good. Now we can give a trophy. Whatever. I don't know. We're just making stuff up. It's all for entertainments. When's that start? Don't worry about it. What you need to worry about is that maybe, just maybe, these price increases are justified and worth it. You start thinking about where you sit and what you get with games that you get nowadays. Incomplete cliffhanger endings that, segue into another purchase or downloadable content purchase or additional game purchase. Incomplete stories, poor animations, shitty gameplay, shitty stories. I don't know. What else do you get? Bugs? Maybe. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that somewhere, one of these could maybe be a potential, causation for the realization that these increases needed to happen on the back end. Why the consumer needed to foot the extra bill. I mean, this technology, it's getting, way, way more advanced. You can't just ask AI to write code for a certain part of a level or anything like that and expect them to do it willy-nilly. Like, you got to pay someone to sit at home and do that shit. So, and when they come into work to fucking bring you that thumb drive, because you're not going to transport that shit over the inter of the nets. No. When they come in, they're going to want that fucking favorite barista to be there to greet them with their goddamn latte. So, we would love to be the one that keeps Ted around for the offices. Wait a minute. No, it wouldn't be the... Ted, nothing against you, but your coffee probably sucks. You know what else sucks? All these footprints you're leaving on our grass. That's it. The show's over. They're raising the prices on stuff. We hate raised prices. Maybe there's a reason for it, but you know what the reason is? Probably greed. You know what we're greedy for? Your money. So give us a buck, but you don't gotta subscribe. Just give us money. So downvote the shit out of this and give us a buck. Have a good one.